So we have the second wave of our polling between Iowa State University and our partner with Civiqs about the January 2024 Republican caucuses. And the main takeaway this time is that not much has changed. Donald Trump is still in first place with a little over 50%. Ron DeSantis is in second. Nikki Haley's in third. And this is good news for former President Trump. There's no other way to look at it. Not only does he have a pretty commanding lead at this point, it's a lead that grew a little bit, about 4 points from last month. So that's good for him being in the lead, but the lack of much change, the sort of stability in the race, is what you want when you're the front runner, because if nothing changes, the outcome is going to look like it looks right now. And the other candidates are sort of running out of time as a result from that. To the extent that there were some changes, the biggest one might be the lack of momentum for Vivek Ramaswamy and Tim Scott. So last time, a month ago in September, they weren't that far behind the other two of the sort of second tier of candidates, that far behind Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. This cycle, they've fallen back. Ramaswamy lost about 3 or 4 points in the poll. Tim Scott stayed about the same, but that is not good news for him. Last time it looked like he might have had the potential to grow, and he hasn't at all. So we still look like there's Trump and everyone else, but that everyone else is clarifying to be a little bit more DeSantis and Haley, with Ramaswamy and Scott a little bit farther behind. Republicans are still pretty sure about who they don't want as well. They still do not want Mike Pence. He did not go up in the first choice, and he stayed about the same in the proportion who folks did not want. And they also don't want Chris Christie. Former New Jersey Governor Christie hasn't been campaigning in Iowa, so this isn't much of a surprise, but he still stays relatively low in the first choice, but very high in the who do they not want. One of the features of our poll that makes us a little bit different from a lot of other polls of Iowans and potential caucus goers is that we're re-interviewing some of the same respondents. 4 years ago, we did this as well. And 4 years ago, with the Democrats going into the 2020 caucus, every month there was a lot of change. We could see people who had been supporting candidate A had shifted to candidate B. This time, there's very little evidence of that the people who were supporting Donald Trump last month are still supporting Donald Trump. There isn't much movement between these candidates. It looks like it's fairly crystallized in who people are supporting.